Well, good afternoon everybody, and welcome back to the channel. This is Lee, Virtual Airline Pilot, back with you. Welcome to all my subscribers, and a warm welcome to any new visitors. This is yet another review video, but today we're reviewing a freeware scenery for Flight Sim 2020. You are looking at Rovaniemi International Airport in Northern Finland, Echo Foxtrot Romeo Oscar. Many seasoned flight simmers will know this airport because every winter, December, VATSIM Finland usually run a Fly and See Santa Claus event when everybody heads north of the Arctic Circle up to Rovaniemi to land and bring their passengers in to see Santa Claus at the Santa Claus Village. And very often in the winter the weather gets pretty bad, and sometimes we end up with low visibility, snow and all sorts. So many of us were hoping for a decent rendition of Rovaniemi in Flight Sim 2020 for this winter's event, and now it looks like we've actually got one. This scenery is a freeware by a gentleman or by a developer called Tatu, T-A-T-U. Downloads at 24.6 megabytes and installs into the community folder at 77.7 megs. I should also point out there is a file that he recommends with the download that sorts out the trees, puts the right trees at the right height with the right amount of sparsity, and corrects a lot of issues with the foliage. There are also DEM files listed, and it should be noted that since update 5 those DEM files are not needed to correct elevation and height map issues, because Asobo have largely corrected those issues during the recent update 5. So Rovaniemi International Airport for Flight Simulator 2020 is a freeware available on the flightsim.to website by developer Tatu, Tango Alpha Tango Uniform. And let's get into the review and have a close look at it. Okay, some history for you before we get going and have a close look at the bits and pieces. Built in 1940, originally with 2 grass runways. Obviously now you can see the big main asphalt one here, and you can see what used to be the cross runway there, which is now no longer in use. The airport lies 10 kilometers or 6 miles north of the city centre of Rovaniemi, and during the war the airport was used as an airbase and supply centre for the German Luftwaffe. By 2017 the airport had served over 500,000 passengers and become the 3rd busiest airport in Finland. It's also one of 3 airports to have jet bridges installed. The other 2 airports were Oulu and Helsinki-Vantaa. Private and GA operators have their own dedicated fully enclosed heated hangar with a sloped snow shedding roof, which is really useful. And the airport is also used by the F-18 Fighter Interceptor Squadron of the Lapland Air Command, part of which you can see we're passing over the northern military apron right now. The airport is busiest in the winter season, from mid-November to the end of January, when British and European skiers and holidaymakers visit the Santa Claus Village, which is located 3 kilometers or 1.2 miles away in the Santa Park. We say January because the Christmas, Orthodox Christian Christmas for many Eastern European countries is in late January, and therefore you get Russians and Eastern European visitors come to the city in mid to late January. Airport is managed by Finavia and is connected to the city centre by bus and taxi. Currently the airport has one main asphalt runway, runway 2103, which is 9,849 feet or 3,002 meters in length. It's asphalt. Runway is equipped with high intensity runway lighting system, center lines, lights, high intensity airfield lighting system, as well as PAPI's precision approach path indicators. There are touchdown zone lights on runway 21, which has an ILS, and it's also approved for Cat 2 operations. Runway 03 is a RMP or VOR approach only. Generally, for noise abatement procedures, traffic is required to use runway 21 for landings and runway 03 for takeoffs, unless otherwise instructed or due to weather considerations. Passenger figures for 2018, well, we had 644,144 passengers use the airport in that year, and over 2,200 landings took place. Airlines operating into the airport include EasyJet, Air France, Finnair, Transavia, TUI and British Airways. Many of these operate during the winter season. And there you can see the airport itself laid out. We're looking sort of at runway 21 there. And to the upper right, over here is the city of Rovaniemi. The authors made one or two additions to the city, but having plenty of experience of flying in and out of this place, and I've spent some time looking at photos and pictures of the airport. I've got a good idea what it should look like, so we'll have a look at the airport and the location as well and just see how it is. So let's get down and close onto the airport itself and have a look at what's been done. So we're on the north side of the airport for the moment. We'll start with the military area, have a look and see how it is. As you can see, the buildings have been enhanced and look a little bit better. I really like the inclusion of the military truck there and a few little bits and pieces. As you can see, part of the military apron there, another fuel truck, and some cargo containers and bits and pieces there as well. And yet another military car. So we're inside that building. Obviously nothing has been done inside, but it's perfectly okay. That's the main military area, looking further towards the southwest. Again, nice attention to detail. Everything's nice and clean and crisp. The trees, the foliage around looks really nice. Everything looks as it should. There doesn't seem to be any overlapping or any issues at all. Very nice. A couple of nice vehicles there to look at. And again, a nice hangar with a vehicle there and some fuel. So there you have an overview of the military area on the north side, which I think is nicely done and nicely laid out. So let's go now have a look at the terminal area proper. We start by crossing the runway towards the south and just go towards the ramp area. Those of you who have flown into Rovaniemi will recognise this area quite nicely. So we have a slow pan here across the terminal area, and you can see there's the famous reindeers at the back there, and the Rovaniemi sign that sits on the corner of the building as it should. Building's been nicely done, as are the stands. Everything is accurate. This is stand 9. As far as I remember, the building didn't extend out as far as stand 9, but actually looking at the photos of the real place, this is fairly close to reality, so that's pretty good. So just crossing into the general aviation area, notice this little slope in the ramp. I'm assuming it's correct, and you'll remember I mentioned the specially built, heated and enclosed hangar for the private aviation people. Well, there it is. It is quite large, considerably large, and you can fit quite a lot of bits and pieces in there. So we just have a little run back across the terminal again. As you can see, very nicely done. The markings are clear and crisp. Bear in mind we're in September, so no snow at the moment, but I will have a look at this in snowbound, see how it looks. Crossing the helicopter landing area and part of the area where it used to have the additional runway. Have a look at the control tower. Again, I like the trees. The modification to the trees has made a lot of difference in my opinion. There's the control tower, looks really nice, and the adjacent buildings. Well, one little surprise is I went inside the control tower and found this guy. Looks like he's been frozen since last winter, but a very nice little touch there, quite pleased with that. This is the lower control tower, which is empty. So we just go along the landside part. I thought we would have a look. The cars are nice. There's a bit of a hole there. Finavia there, ROVANIEMI Airport. Just a little run across the windows, have a look, see what it's like. In fact, no, there's the main entrance. Cars look good. The building is accurate. Very nice, very pleasant. So as you can see, all looks good. Car park looks fine. Couple of submerged cars over there. All in all, looks good. Looks very nice. Done a nice job here. There you can see a couple of signs on the roads. Here and here, which is a nice touch. This all looks good, nice, well defined. And of course the famous reindeer. Right, so let's have a look and see what this all looks like at dusk as the light goes down. Okay, it's 6 minutes to 7 PM, and you can see things are starting to light up. Sunset, the ramp looks really nice, very impressive. The area of lighting looks really good. What I really like is when developers get it absolutely right. You can see the lights are positioned and you can see they light the actual area that they're supposed to light, which is good. Got a baggage truck that's stuck underneath a construction there, but not a problem. And also you can see the red edge lights at the side of the road on the right hand side there. Just moving across the ramp, as you can see, plenty of lighting. The sign is the right colour too, and we can also see a bit of slight lighting on the reindeer sign at the back. Very nice. And again, the lighting, the poles they appear to be lighting the right area, although we've got a couple of floating lights there. But visually looks really nice. Car park looks good. And going across to the general aviation apron there. Again, you can see lighting is excellent. Very nice indeed. We have the blue airfield edge lights. Not all the centerline lighting is lit, but then I think you'll be okay. Just have a look at the signage. So taxiway Tango there, and the signs look good, the runway lighting signs. As you can see, the runway has centerline lighting as well as edge lighting, precision approach path indicators, and we saw in the other bit of film earlier that they have the high intensity runway lighting system. Just another quick run across the airfield. As you can see, beautifully lit. I really like the way this has been done. It looks very nice. helicopter landing area is lit as well. Going across the control tower, and all the adjacent areas are lit. Very nice, just nicely done. Coming up to the threshold of runway 21. This is the one that has the ILS. There you can see the touchdown zone lighting that I mentioned. So we'll just track down runway 21, have another look at the lighting. Everything looks good, taxiways, edge lighting is there, and you can see the military area is lit as well, which is good. Very nice indeed. Okay, so let's have a look at night time in total darkness. So here we are, 8 in the evening. As you can see, the sun's completely gone. Lighting is really lovely, nice and bright. Everything that you need to see is lit. Just looking out across the airfield, as you can see, the runway is properly marked. The blue edge lights are good, so taxiing shouldn't be a problem, even though the centre lines aren't lit on the taxiways. The centre line's properly lit on the runway, no problem at all there. And looking up towards the threshold of 21, as you can see, the military area is still lit. Lighting's very good all over this airport. Very nice. Exceptionally well done. Signs are still clear. Everything's still crisp. Going across the hangar there. Very nice indeed. We're just traversing the landside area as well. As you can see, the lighting's excellent. Landside area is properly lit. All looks good. Very nice. It's really, really nicely done. Rumours are there's a FREEWARE airport being developed for ROVANIEMI, but no confirmation yet. But in the absence of any of that, this is perfectly adequate. Excellent. Okay, really, really lovely. Very impressed with this. Really impressed with it. Looking forward to using it this winter, hopefully if all goes well. So before we finish this, I want to have a look at the city and just generally have a quick look at how it looks locally. We'll go back to daytime. They've even got the ski jumps, which is great, and then I'll have a quick purge and see if I can set up winter and see what that looks like. So as you can see, we're now coming down the end of runway 21 and leaving the airport and heading towards the city. I'm staying fairly low so you can get a good idea of what the terrain looks like and just how it all looks. To me, the area looks wonderful. It's never looked so good. Now over here to the left, here are the 2 ski jumps. We'll have a look in a minute. The main highway that goes into the city. Some photo reel sort of boats there. Bridges have been done. I mean, the general atmosphere looks great. Lovely little church there. Be interesting to see what this looks like in winter, see if it's all frozen over. But again, you've got this typical sort of buildings that exist in this part of the world. Really, really nice, lovely. Visually just stunning. It's another fun place to go looking around with a helicopter, I think. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, very nice. So there's the airport in the distance, right here. Some photogrammetry boats there. There's the bridge. And here are the 2 ski jumps. And the forest's just stunning. So let's go back to the airport and let's set up, see if we can set up a winter scene, and let's have a look. So there we go, we've now got a snow depth of 20 centimetres. I've dropped the time back to about 8:30 so it looks a little bit nicer. So just panning back a little bit here just to have a look at the airport generally. And as you can see, taxiways are still available, they're lit, you can be seen. All in all, that looks really, really nice. So if it's going to be like this in the winter, then it's going to look visually very nice. Pan across the airport now without touching the weather settings. Here we are in the snow, as you can see. Also we've got snow on the hills in the distance here. The whole scene looks very realistic in my opinion. Really impressed with it. It's a lovely airport, nice little additions, it's not overdone, great for a FREEWARE. And just amazing, really, really amazing. Certainly in this, it looks great in the snow with the snow on the ground. Very impressive. And very nice subtle lighting effects, which really help produce the effect that you're looking for. So here's the approach path to runway 03. Just a quick whiz towards the city while we're here. There's the highway. It's a beautiful winter scene. Very, very nice. So for those of you that will no doubt join me during the Santa event sometime in December, usually around the 12th or the 14th, we have a real treat in store, I think. Absolutely beautiful. Very impressive. Bridges look good. The city looks beautiful. Okay, so there you go folks. That's a quick look at the new FREEWARE scenery of ROVANIEMI Airport in Finland, Echo Foxtrot Romeo Oscar, by a developer called Tartu, Tango Alpha Tango Uniform. Downloads at 24.6 meg. And installs at 77.7 meg in your community folder. When you download it from flightsim.to, have a look at his notes, and be sure to download the fix for the trees, which really helps. And it's free. So, as I said before, there is a rumour that a payware developer is working on this, but I haven't had any confirmation. But in the absence of that, I think we now have probably one of the best versions of ROVANIEMI I've seen so far, and the sim looks fantastic in the sim. In winter's going to be impressive. So thank you for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this short review of a freeware scenery, and I hope it helps your decision making for this winter. If you like this video, or if you've learned from it, please like and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. It really helps my channel and tells YouTube that I'm out there putting out content. Thank you to the people who have subscribed so far. I produce at least one video a week, usually at the weekend on Saturday around about midday, but I do produce other videos during the week when I can. I've been suffering from a cold this past week, I'm afraid, so life hasn't been too brilliant, but hopefully my work rate will go back up shortly. So thank you once again for joining me. This is Lee, Virtual Airline Pilot, with a review of Rovaniemi Airport in Northern Finland, signing off for today, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much, and bye for now.